and right his favorite food can make it seem like a meal is falling flat. Friday made shade a connoisseur and parsley, sage, rosemary. Time is just a touch of salt and mix it up. Rare pear cut, ice cube, pear heat, boiled poached summer salt, St. whisk beans. Do a fried roast toast, baked chills over all microwave reheat. If your mouth is watering, 6:30 p.m. on the first Thursday of each and every month, the Very Funny Podcast is what you're looking after. It's Chef Felix with comedian co-host Bonnie Scalisi, Levittown Governor's Comedy Club. It's a recipe for laughter. Live from the world-renowned Comedy Club in Levittown Studios, Gov's Comedy Club Podcast, a monthly podcast on the first Thursday of every month with Chef Felix and comedian co-host Bonnie Scalisi. It's a recipe for laughter.
Okay, here we are.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
In Facebook and YouTube land.
Yes, Facebook and YouTube land. This is our April show.
Here, I tell everybody to mute the phone, and then mine goes off.
Okay, and yours is up, right? All right, well, this is our April show. We are actually going to have another show next week, right?
Yeah, May 1st.
Right. But this is April now. We took like a couple weeks off, but we're back now. Before I start, I want to wish my brother-in-law Peter a happy birthday, in case my sister is watching. Because my sister always watches, and she always gives me the critique on the show, of course. Like older sisters usually do, right? They always have to critique you, no matter what. But I love my sister. I love my brother-in-law. I love my whole family. The question is if they love me. I don't know. We'll see.
Of course they do.
I don't know. Anyway, so we're here. We're going to talk about spring. We're going to talk about Mother's Day, right?
Yep.
Then we're going to have drinks, and we're going to hear from our guests. Would you like to introduce our guests?
Yes, I would. Our guests tonight are Sienna Ritza. Ritza?
Yep.
Did I say that right? No.
Yeah.
Okay. Sienna Ritza.
Close
She
enough.
is the mixologist, and she's going to be making drinks for all of us tonight. And then we have friends of mine, Key and Teresa Fitz, who they are married. And strangely enough, I booked them separately, and they actually know each other, and they're friends.
Very good.
And I had no idea.
Well, we've known
Very
each other
good.
for like
It
over a
shows you how
decade now.
I pair people together. I try to pair people together that I think would be a good fit, and I just by accident scored.
I
There
love
you go.
these people.
So wait, we're gonna get drunk, we're gonna have jewelry, and we're gonna get sharp things all together at once.
Yes,
and we
yes.
have
Like
we have
a perfect
cupcakes
night.
too.
100%
How good
right.
is that?
And I have spring cupcakes, which have rings in there. That again, my teacher part of me is coming out. So I don't know. We're gonna have a lot of sugar intake. We're gonna be like jumping around like jumping
That's
beans
okay.
after.
I don't eat sugar mostly, so I'm looking
So
forward
it's like
to
a
it.
special
so.
treat for you.
Yes.
So Key and Teresa, we'll start with Key and Teresa, and they own a shop that has 2 different types of things. So I'll let them tell you more about it.
Okay, would you like to go first?
Sure. You know, there's headsets with mics on them behind, you know.
Yes, that's
I'm
right.
sorry, I
So,
should have
yeah.
told them that.
You start, and
I don't have one either, so.
Well,
No. There should be one around. Well, while they're finding our headsets, I think we all should share a story about Mother's Day and spring and everything like that after Key and Teresa go.
All right.
And of course, we'll discuss drinks and everything. So
It's my favorite topic. After sex, of course.
you know what I want to say? The next time you're on, I would love to have a bar trivia challenge with you, and I won't even read the answers or anything like that.
I'll do my best.
Because I'm an ex-bartender.
Right.
You know, although a lot of the drinks that have been invented, I don't know, up until this point, I stopped on, like, Sex on the Beach and, what's the other one? Cosmopolitan.
Part of the thing for me, too, is that I have so many unique and one-of-a-kind recipes buried in my head.
And she said she's going to make us her own creation
Oh,
today.
okay.
We're going to experiment tonight. We're creating together a brand new cocktail for my spring menu.
Ooh.
Okay, great.
I'm excited.
Yes.
Okay,
Do you name the drinks?
I
too?
do.
That is so
Are you
cool.
guys
are
all
so
set? You got
creative.
your.
I don't have. I don't
Here, take,
Oh, okay.
take this one. You start first.
There should be another one maybe next to you, maybe.
All right, that sounds great, Sienna. Can't wait. But we're gonna have a challenge though. We're gonna do straight drinks though, nothing fancy.
All right, well,
just
I'm-
like Diners Club rules.
That doesn't sound like any
I'm
fun.
talking Rob Roy's Manhattan.
Manhattans.
Things like that. If you want to, I'm not forcing you. Or
We
anything
could
like
we could have some fun. I just
Yeah.
need to look at my little bar standard and get back to the classics. Because if you're sitting
Okay.
there hitting me up with a grasshopper or a pink squirrel, I'm going to be like, ah.
that. We could share bar stories too about customers.
Oh,
things
I
like
got
that.
endless stories of the bar.
Me too. I got a ton.
So Teresa, you were going to start talking about
Yes.
Yes.
I'm right ahead.
Take this.
because they
All right.
both own the shop together, but the shop has two different
Yes.
aspects of it.
All right. We do knives and swords and stainless steel jewelry. And I was thinking, because on Mother's Day, I would bring these beautiful, like we have lockets. We have so many beautiful things. I have these gorgeous sunflower pendants that when you open them, they say, "You are my sunshine."
Wow.
I think I need that for my mom.
Right? Isn't it so
Right? She
pretty?
used to sing that song to me when I was a little girl.
Oh my God, I know. That's what it reminds me of, because my mom too used to do the same.
I love it.
And then I could always engrave like mom or a special message in the back, because I do laser engraving as well.
And it's amazing because I've seen your work at
Thank
a couple
you.
of different places. It's amazing. Hi, Ann Rothy. How are you? She's
And-
saying
Yes,
nice
I
to
see
you.
that.
And all our stuff is tarnish free and nickel free, because I'm
Oh.
allergic to mixed metal. I can't wear anything that has nickel, and I run so high acidic, so I eat through plating on jewelry. That's why surgical steel is the best way to go, because then you never have to worry.
Absolutely.
And I even have a
Absolutely.
fragrance line now too.
Ooh.
Very
And it's
nice.
they're long lasting. They smell like the expensive scents, but for a lot less. They're $15 a bottle, and they have fragrance oil from France in them. So they
Sounds
last all day.
expensive.
And yeah,
I
$15.
love it.
You can't beat it. Like this smells like beautiful gardenia flowers. Then I have ones, and the bottles are adorable. And this smells like you're on a beach away on a tropical vacation. It's
I need to
coconut.
smell that one
You gotta
because it looks like a popsicle.
Yes, exactly.
Well, I think the
Right?
theme is relaxing. Like
It
that
is
helps
for
you
Mother's
relax.
Day.
The drinks help you relax. It's like a bar over here.
Any Mother's Day, forget about this. Is like the perfect
Oh,
gift for.
it's got really nice citrus notes to
Oh,
it.
thank you. And I even have men's cologne now too. And this is my most popular one. It's nice and clean and fresh.
And,
And
the
this-
bottles are so pretty.
Right? I love the line and the embossing on the bottles
All
as
right,
well.
let's see if it's fuck.
Yes.
I don't know
And
if
this
we can
one's
say
just
that
a little
online.
bit stronger.
Oh, that does smell nice.
Right? It's nice and clean. That's what I like. Nice, clean scents.
She showers me in that one every day.
I can understand.
Yes.
That
'cause
one is
I like-
sexy.
I like my man to smell good, like everybody else too, you know. But yeah, then when I get to your end, and then I'll talk more, or should I show?
Show your stuff.
Okay.
And then we'll get to mine.
And also, I got these gorgeous ladies bracelets. The paper clips, chains, and bracelets are so popular. I have a little charm bar in my store, so you could pick charms and make mom her own unique necklace, or for
Ooh,
yourself.
very nice.
And I have hundreds of different types of charms to choose from. So it's not just, and even my gold is real gold plating over the surgical steel. So you can actually wear it in the shower. It's not going to wear away, and it stays nice.
I need all cocktail charms.
Oh, yeah, right. I have some.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's fun.
I have a couple of different designs. And the lockets I have in both the silver and the gold
Yeah,
color.
lockets are nice. I like
Because you
them.
never go
It's a
wrong.
nice
It's
gift.
classic. And then you can put your picture in it from mom. Moms are so nice. They love things so simple and sweet. But that's what I brought today to show everybody.
I love it.
Now, before we get to Key, are you guys have your own website and
Oh,
everything
we
like that?
do.
Yes.
We have my side of the website is keyslovejewelry.com, and his is keyscutlery.com, and we're inside Time Warp Relics Warehouse. We're in Lake Grove, our store,
Oh,
and we're
okay.
open 7 days a week. We open at 12 o'clock.
And my daughter and I got beautiful Jewish stars from them.
Yes.
Which I don't usually wear jewelry, but one of the things that I will wear is that Jewish star.
Thank you
and
so much.
my daughter loves hers too.
Aw.
It's so pretty. I should have brought it to show it today. Of course, I was like running around crazy. I forget,
Aw.
as we all were.
Exactly.
You know, we're all so busy. But Key, you and Teresa, we were talking about how you spend all day together in the store, right?
Yes.
Even though it's different parts of the store, you have.
We're together.
No, we're in the
you're
same.
like you're
We're in
like
the same booth.
We're in the same booth.
in the same booth, but I mean, like you have the male stuff on your side of the store, and she has the female stuff.
She
even
has
though it's
jewelry
the
for
same
men
store.
too. Like half the stuff that I'm wearing today
Nice.
is from her.
Oh,
He's got some
wow.
manly men.
If you look at,
That's very
you know,
manly jewelry. I like
I don't know
that.
if I can show this up here.
I
It's
just
just-
wanted to
That's
think
perfect.
about Mother's Day today.
so, that kind of stuff. Most of the stuff that's on me is from her.
Wow.
He's my model. He works for
That's right.
She likes a decorated man.
Listen, what's actually amazing is that we get to work together, and I haven't had to use my product on her. So
That's
Yeah, we
good.
have to be very careful how he says his product because it could get us kicked off of
yeah,
Facebook.
things get flagged with some of the
Yeah.
things that I have here, but I will explain
Yeah,
them
he has to use
in
a
the
different-
best way I
Right, he
can.
has to use a different word.
So we'll go with first off the typical back scratcher.
I love that. That
Wolverine.
is
Very
It's a
fabulous.
nice.
claw. It's like the Wolverine. I have the Wolverine claws at the store, but this
Uh-huh.
this one's actually kind of cool. I like the fact that it has the skull on it.
Nice.
And this has been a piece I've been selling for many, many years. It got me on the news, not in any bad way. Just the fact that it's a unique piece, one of the unique pieces that I sell. However, what today's show is kind of more geared towards, we're going to gear it more towards Mother's Day. So I'm going to say nothing says love more than protecting the one you love.
Oh, I love that.
So I'm going to show you a few items that I have for protection here today. Now I'm going to start with the simple, basic. It's stunning. Now, why I say that is
And it's even
because
my color.
Ooh.
yes, I have it in a few different colors.
I have one in pink.
I love
Yes.
the purple. That's
Maybe we
fabulous.
should do that scene from Hangover where we use someone to give them
No,
the,
thank you.
the taser.
I just want somebody to pass out so I can put two. Clear!
Yes, well, that could be me anytime now. So.
But I have several different styles. This is the basic block one, but I have other ones, and I'm going to show you this one. This one's brand new. This one is called the hair fryer.
Oh man,
This
I
one-
didn't see that one.
This one looks like, yeah, this one just came in like a couple weeks ago. What's cool about this one, the head pops off, and there's batteries here, and
Whoa.
Actually, I think my wife would like to tase it. To be honest with you.
So let me ask you something. You can't bring that to an airport and pass it off as like a brush. Oh no,
I don't think so. They probably would see
I don't
through it
think you
because
want
there's
to
coils
try to
inside
find
of it.
out.
No.
What
Right.
if you put it
I
in the
think it's an
suitcase?
If you put it in a
Device.
suitcase in a check-on luggage underneath the plane, you
Yeah.
should be able to be okay.
be able to do
Because
it,
most
right.
everything I sell, you can actually put in the check-on luggage.
Right.
But
Okay.
it depends on the airline. Some airlines are very particular; they don't want anything on
I
it.
mean I never
Sure.
go on the airline anyway, but I was just
Well,
bringing
actually,
it up.
from a chef standpoint, I like your claw because I think I could cut up my vegetables a lot easier like with that.
I always said it cuts a meatloaf 3 at a time.
Yes, exactly.
That's it.
Or homemade bread. You could
Now I also have a keychain. It's a cat keychain. And I don't know if you can see
Oh, I
this.
love those.
That like
What
years
you would do is
ago.
you put your fingers through the eyeballs here, and you have something to poke with.
Of course.
Yep.
So it's technically a poker.
I didn't have a pink one though. That's pretty.
I have different colors in this, but this is time I just decided to bring the pink one again for the spring and Mother's Day.
Yes, yes.
So I have several of these, and these are not expensive. I also have a full line of pepper sprays.
Wow.
Now these will make your opponent taste good. I'm kidding.
It's a
What
salt and pepper spray.
What it is, it's a combination of oil and cayenne pepper, and then it has a UV dye in it. The thing is, it's an irritant to the tear ducts, so it makes your eyes really water, and it burns. And with the UV dye in it, you don't see it with the naked eye. However, if you ever point them out to a police officer, you say, "That's him, officer," he puts a black light on them, they glow like a Smurf.
Really?
Yes.
That's
absolutely.
good. That's evidence, too.
Yes, absolutely.
So what made you guys decide to open up a store? I know I've asked you that on my own show, but for the people who haven't seen you live, before? What made you decide to open up your own business?
The drugs she fed me. No, we decided, we were doing it for a while. We were doing every weekend from March until Christmas with working a full-time job at the time. And we
So
were
it
just
started
doing,
off as like a hobby.
yeah, we started it off as a hobby, and then one time she made a lot of money at it. She made our mortgage one time in one show.
Really?
And that was before I was even doing my end of it. And I turned around and said, "You got a business. This is not a hobby. This is a business." And then she bought me a bunch of knives, and she said, "Get to work, bitch."
I said happy anniversary.
Right? Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I have a professional question for
Shoot.
you. But before I do, I want to say, coming from a Sicilian family, those are perfect stocking stuffers.
Yes.
I'd have to say that. My question is, I have a saber
Okay.
from that was made in Germany. I think it was Wilkinson or something like that.
Nice.
Now the sheath, because it's been since 1978, is tarnished,
Right.
but the inside is still good when you open it up and everything. How do I get that clean? How can I bring it the glow, the luster back to it?
Is it a leather sheath or is it a
No, it's a
metal?
metal
A metal sheath. Okay.
or chrome or
Chrome?
silver or whatever it is. Yeah.
What you can do, you can use like a little, like a tarnish remover, and then usually a little oil and a regular oil on top of it with a towel.
Someone told me gun oil. Is that
That works too. Yes.
Yeah,
I
gun
usually
oil?
I use a lightweight motor oil, like
Okay.
a 5-weight. That's usually a nice
Okay.
one. But there's also this product out on the market called 3-in-1 oil that you can get.
Yes, that's right.
You can get it at most of the hardware stores, and I highly recommend that one.
So if I put some on a rag and go over it, it should bring the luster back.
Yes.
So
Yes,
all
absolutely.
of you guys out there that have these giant sabers, now you know how to clean them. I'm sure there's so many of you out there.
Well, this is good for the blade too, because the blade you want to keep oiled anyway, because a lot of times over the course of time, because of carbon in it, it tends to rust. And it's just what happens naturally.
Yeah.
But to keep them from rusting, a little oil helps prevent it and helps
Okay.
prolong the blade.
Yeah, I mean, for some reason, the blade itself is still like the way I remember it.
Right.
When I first got it. And everything.
So as far as your customer base, who do you think visits the store more, men or women, or is it like pretty
I have a mixture actually. It's 50-50. What happens, because I have different people for different reasons come to visit me. I have people that come in just for collectors, and they like to display some of the pieces, so I have some nice display pieces.
And then people try to sell you stuff?
Oh, people try to sell me stuff all the time. But everything I sell is brand new. So I explain to everybody I'm not buying anything from another person. This way I
Right.
can guarantee that when you walk out of here, it doesn't break on your first use.
Right.
Now, I also have people that use it for camping and hunting and fishing and things like that too. So for sports reasons like that, they come visit me all the time. And they get her stuff just to look good doing it.
Yeah, because everybody wants to post about it, right? Wherever they go,
Right.
it's all about the photo. In fact, I know that I've seen that people go like at the edge of cliffs to try to get a picture of themselves,
Yes.
and they fall off cliffs, and all kinds of things happen because they have to have that photo op. But at least they'll look good, right, Teresa? They'll look good
And smell good.
They look good and smell good falling
and
down.
smell good for the bears.
I have actually one more question.
Shoot.
All right. And I hope you guys don't think I'm a degenerate or anything like that. But are switchblades considered illegal now
In New York State.
in New York State?
In New York
they are.
State, they're considered illegal. There are numerous states that will not allow switchblades.
Okay.
In the business, they call them automatics, actually. So
Okay.
anything that has a button on the handle,
Right, it has a
and
button
that
on the
has
handle
that
and comes out to
spring
the side.
either comes out the side or the front.
Yes, that's right. I
anything
don't
like
have the
that
front
is
one.
considered illegal in New York State.
Okay.
Like I said, other states have the same law. It depends on the state. My wife and I, we were vacationing in Pennsylvania, and I walked into a big knife store. I'm like, all right, let's see all your automatics.
Right.
And the guy said, no, it's illegal here now too. I'm like, really? I used to buy them in the gas stations.
Right.
But no, they made it illegal there too.
Now I would clean the same way with the 3-in-1.
Well, you're
with the
very
blade.
interested in
Yeah.
cleaning your
Because the stuff is old, man.
I think
have
the
old
most
stuff.
important thing is whether it works, not how clean it
It
is.
still works. The spring on it works and
Well,
everything.
without
Maybe
saying
you
much
put it in a
about
display
what you
case?
have, yeah, any blade, most blades being carbon steel with a little oil and a rag is good. And if you ever have, like, if there's a lot of rust on it, take it to a stone, like a grinder, and that sometimes grinds off because a lot of times it's outside.
I have this switchblade. I actually have two. When I was 16, I went on a school trip to Italy,
Okay.
and
Don't tell me you
I
took
still
that with you.
Yes, I still
Oh my
remember. We were going into this store in Florence, Italy, because other students that went previously told us where to go to get the switchblades. Obviously, right?
Gotcha.
And there was this like old lady behind the counter, like gathering cobwebs and everything. All we said to her was like switchblade, and she comes out with this huge box, and she puts her hand in there, and she goes like this, and this friggin' thing like popped right up,
Right.
you know. So I always remember that. So
I
for
would
me,
hope
it was like a souvenir, a memento of my time.
Right.
And
in
they
it.
let you back with that on the plane?
I smuggled it in baby powder. I wrapped it
Oh my
in plastic
God.
bags, and I put it in my baby powder, and that's how
Wow.
I put it in my suitcase. That's why
There
I
you go.
said you could.
Right.
Throw. I know how to smuggle anything in. Remember, I come from Sicilian roots. I know how to smuggle everything in here.
So you too.
But I just wanted to know because I love the thing. I showed my son he wanted nothing to do with it.
Right.
I figured, inheritance. I said this could be yours one day, and he said no, thank you.
Oh, you can inherit a Class B felony. That's good.
Yes. Well, that's how we work.
Well,
so.
what's interesting is the two different things that Sienna is all about. The alcohol, the booze, and the experience, and you guys are about protection and looking good.
Yeah.
But the one thing you should not combine is the alcohol with
Weapons?
Correct.
with the
Can I
W word.
can I
yes.
show one more piece?
Of
Yes,
course.
I
Okay.
thought you were done.
All the jewelry that I have on me is by her except this piece. Now this piece has a little hidden blade. I don't know how much you can see that,
Yeah, we got it.
but it's got a little hidden blade. And in a pinch, if you ever needed to, you can poke somebody with it, just a little scratch, and that gives you enough time for them to go down and say "ow" to get away.
I like that.
I like that.
And nobody has a clue it's there.
So basically, besides selling this, you actually give self-defense lessons.
Yes.
See?
Yes,
That's
I
good.
give self-defense and safety lessons because a lot of
And
people come
safety
in.
lessons.
A lot of people come into me like, "How do I use this thing?" And it flies out of their hand at me.
We teach people also for the stunners and different things on
Really?
proper use. Yes.
I think the next time you guys come on, we should have Edelman's here too, so we could have blades and firearms.
I love
Sure.
Do that, right? That would be great.
Edelman's?
Anytime.
Edelman's
Firearms.
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 Yeah.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
store in
Pew
Farmingdale.
pews.
Okay, I should know that, but I don't.
I love my 2A rights.
So Sienna is a return guest, and you guys can jump in, Key and Teresa, keep jumping in. But we had you on not about
The last time I was here, it was
Two-
snowing.
Yeah, it was about I think at least 2 months ago.
About
Could have
that,
been.
Yeah.
Two or
Could have been like
2 or
2
3
shows
months
ago.
ago.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, and she did an amazing job as far as there's Chris Roach. Hi, Chris Roach. Hey,
Chris.
He could come in if he wants.
Ooh, the famous Chris Roach.
He's so tall. Come in. You want to come
Duck,
in and
you're gonna
say
hit your head
hello?
on that thing.
Booze in here.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, would you like to partake
She's
in
gonna
our,
make drinks for us.
Yes, it is.
Come in so the camera can see you.
Door open or no?
You come in so the camera can see you. I don't know if you can see him because he's so tall. He's
Yes.
fit into the shot.
I don't know. We got him.
Camera.
Here.
There's
right
one in
here.
front of me.
You have to bend down.
Sit in my lap, Chris.
There you go. That's
I'm Keith Fitz.
For those who don't know, it's Christopher Brian Roach,
it. Yes.
and obviously he's performing
Hello,
tonight at
how are you?
Governor's.
Lovely.
So Sienna is a mixologist, and
I
she
am.
is going to be making us her own
I
cocktails.
love watching on Instagram like these like you're like a true mixologist and how they're like it's
She
really
is a true
it
mixologist.
really is an art.
It's about the chemistry, really, more than being able to juggle. But I don't juggle. I'm not that kind of a mixologist. I am known as the mixtress of Long Island, and unique and balanced craft cocktails is my game.
Absolutely.
So we've got two things that I brought for you guys tonight. I brought a classic espresso martini,
Oh my God, I love
recipe,
that.
which is one of my big award winners. And then we're going to create something for my spring menu based off of another, something that a beautiful lady came into one of my bars the other day, and I asked her about what is her favorite drink to make. And her favorite drink to make, and her name is Ronnie. She's a lovely lady, and she bartends at the American Legion. Came into Farrell's, and she said her favorite thing to make is a White Lotus. Now, she makes it different than I remember reading about it, and there's many different recipes for it, but I have a different take that I'd like to take it in a different direction for the spring, and I thought I would test it out on you, and we'd find out if it was a good cocktail or not.
That sounds
we
great.
can get the yays and the nays. Does
Okay.
it suck? Do we serve it, or do we just drink it and get drunk for the no apparent reason?
Espresso martinis are my favorite.
So you
Oh,
tell me,
me
which
too.
one do you want to do first? Do you want to do the espresso martini
whatever
first?
you want.
I'll tell you the espresso martini.
I love coffee.
Let's talk about the White Lotus because that's the name of a
The
TV
show on HBO,
and
right.
everybody was telling me to watch it. My daughter told me to watch it, and my boyfriend and I started watching it. But I think maybe we went wrong when we didn't start on the first episode by mistake. We started on season
Yeah, you got
3.
started
I've never
from
seen
the
a single
beginning.
episode, so I couldn't
we
help.
we were not. We watched like 2 whole ones, and then my boyfriend was like, "That's enough. We're not watching this anymore. This stinks." So, but everybody else loves it, and the same thing with that. The other show that both of us tried to get into was the medieval one where it was a little
Game of Thrones one?
The Game of Thrones.
I love
we,
Game
we
of
could
Thrones.
not get into Game of Thrones.
I loved it because I read the book.
Oh.
Yeah, if you read
And
the books,
yeah,
you're more
so
into it.
I was I loved the beginning of it, and then he just started writing the script as they were going because the books aren't done. So that was really fascinating. Although they did jump the shark at the end.
Yeah.
See, with all the White Lotuses, the end of the show
It's about
is
a
always
hotel?
like really crazy. Like they always do something that's kind of bizarre, right? When you
I don't want to
agree?
spoil.
I've
be a
never seen
spoiler.
it, so
Oh, you've never
I've
seen
never
it?
seen it. I
Oh,
just know
okay.
that there's that title, but I believe that the drink has come out way before
Yes, it did.
the show
probably,
did.
yeah.
And in my research on the White Lotus, it seems like there's like a dozen different recipes for it, and none of them really appealed to my sense of balance. But I love the concept of it, so that's why I figured.
Is it a flower? Like
A lotus is a
Yes.
flower.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're water bearing, so it's almost like you see that on a lily pad or whatever, like a water lotus.
yeah, that's what from the series that they kept showing those all over. So I'm
Yes,
like, that
that's
must
right.
be the White Lotus.
I work for a really wonderful organization called the Bomb Image Group, and I'm not the mixtress of Long Island. I am the hostess of the Chocolate Expo.
I was going to ask you about that because I've seen not only your posts but on my feed.
It should be coming up since we have
It's
a show coming up.
The Brady Bunch keeps showing up. So tell us about that. That sounds like really cool.
The Chocolate Expo is probably one of my favorite things on the planet. It is a huge convention that is dedicated to basically the sweetest things in life. Decadence and the love of good chocolate, good food, and that brings everyone together. I am Penelope Proper there, which is my persona that you see with all of the Victorian finery and regalia. I make all of that myself. And I am their hostess.
It's like a costume almost, right?
Yep.
She's
You
looks
can look-
amazing.
if
I
you
mean, you
look
look
up-
amazing tonight, but
Oh,
when
you're
you're
so
wearing
sweet.
that,
This is bartender getup.
It's hard to even move in that, I bet.
I have perfected it, and each one of those costumes are created to my exact specifications because I'm the one who makes them. So I have learned to wear them rather than having them wear me, which is really, since the dress that I'm wearing on May 4th, we're going to be at Hofstra on May 4th. If anybody wants to go, it's www.thechocolateexpo.com. You can get tickets. It's at Hofstra University. That dress weighs 94 pounds.
Wow.
Soup to nuts, hat
Wow.
to shoes. It is incredible. It has a half a football field's worth of hand-sewn ruffles on it. And I get to do the funnest thing, if that's really a word, but my job is so cool. I get to interact with all the vendors. I get to do all the announcements. I get to be the go-between with the celebrity guests. And my favorite is hosting the Chocolate Pig Smash.
Oh, what is that? I have no idea.
That's when we bring all the little kids. We bring a certain amount of little kids up, and they take a hammer and they get to smash a chocolate pig. They get all their frustrations out, and then they all get a sample of the chocolate pig, and their parents do too. And I use a lot of my comedy background to do all of this. So it's a lot of fun. It's a great day for the family. There's so much to do. There's so much to eat. And this particular cocktail, to bring it back home to the Chocolate Expo, there is a vendor at the Chocolate Expo whom I love. They're Two Chicks with Chocolate.
Oh, you bet. That's what I used to like.
They are phenomenal.
What do they
We
do?
call them the bad girls of bonbons. And they make a chocolate that is a coconut lychee. So with the White Lotus being a coconut pineapple variant, I thought to myself, well, I would like to pay homage to that coconut lychee chocolate and do my White Lotus as a pink lotus with lychee. So the inspiration comes from both Ronnie from the American Legion, Two Chicks with Chocolate at the Chocolate Expo, and some of my own leanings in flavor profiles. So everything inspires me. It all comes together.
So what does the Brady Bunch have to do with the Chocolate Expo? Do they like
Absolutely
chocolate?
nothing.
They're just a celebrity.
But what we do try to do with the Chocolate
By the way,
Expo.
the Brady Bunch, not all of them, but 4 of them are going to be at this.
4 of them, yes. We have all the brothers and Cindy.
The little
I used to
sister.
watch
Yes.
the middle brother. Remember, he had a
Peter.
reality show. Peter, he had a
Very
reality show
briefly.
where he was dating this woman who wanted to get married, and he didn't want to get married. I watched the whole thing.
They're such wonderful people.
I don't know if they're still married now.
And
but
Greg was on Dancing with the Stars.
Greg was
like
on
a
Dancing
couple
with the
of shows
Stars.
ago.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's a doll. Absolutely one of the nicest people I've ever gotten to work with. But we have different celebrities that come as a draw for the audience. We started exclusively as just bringing in the people from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Expo,
wow.
the Chocolate Factory, with Peter Ostrom and
is that
Paris
from the new?
Demon.
Is that from the new one?
The original
No, this is the
one.
original,
The
the
original one.
1971. Also amazing people. But you can't get them for every single show, so we filled in with, well, how about instead of just doing the Chocolate Factory from Willy Wonka, how about we concentrate on stars that tip our nostalgia?
Yes.
You know,
like
because-
as a child, you love
Exactly.
chocolate. You love the
Chocolate
holidays.
is one
and,
of that's exactly.
and
what
I do
they're-
think of
that
the
they
Brady
want.
Bunch. You know, that's like
Yes.
one of my childhood memories.
The things that make you, chocolate is one of those things that always bring you back to your childhood. It brings you back to Christmases and Easters and holidays
Yes.
and things that are special, that nostalgic little piece of chocolate that your grandmother would sneak you after dinner when your mother said you couldn't have it. And so we have concentrated on television shows and movies that bring us back to that. The Christmas show that we did in Rhode Island, we had 2 of the kids who were originally in A Christmas Story,
Oh wow.
which was the
guy who got his tongue stuck on the pipe. Yeah.
and the bully.
Ah,
Phenomenal.
yes.
So I mean, it's wonderful to be able to do this kind of thing where it's not just all these absolutely current people. Now all these people are really doing a lot of current things.
Yeah.
But to have that nostalgic element where the young kids coming up get to experience that with their parents, which is just beautiful. And that's what the Chocolate Expo is all about: family, fun, and it ties all together.
I definitely am going to try to go for
Absolutely,
sure.
we've got to get a selfie in the big costume.
I wanted to vend there, but my diabetes said no.
Oh, a little chocolate never hurt anyone.
That's right.
And all of us here, except for Felix, we're all comedians. So, like, do you tell jokes?
I
or-
do.
Okay, at the chocolate, because it's like you can combine everything.
There's
right?
so much
Yeah.
stuff that lends itself to comedy at the Chocolate Expo, especially when you're behind the scenes. That it does give me a lot of fodder for things. The same way, like my bar stories give me so much fodder for stand-up comedy.
Well, that's good.
Ooh,
Ooh, a
Christopher
monster doll.
just handed
huh?
off a
Which
Oh.
one is that?
So cool.
What's really funny is that we just were hanging out with Butch Patrick. Yeah, he's a friend of ours.
Looks like
he might be at the
Paul
Chocolate
Carmen
Expo. He was
Monster.
at the last one.
Chocolate Expo?
Yeah.
Those are so cool. If you guys
Do you know if
don't know if
Butch
we're all
Patrick
close
is going to
in
be
age
at this
here,
one?
you know,
I'm not
we're all
sure.
like in our 40s, 50s. But
Could
these
say
dolls came
60s
out.
too.
You remember the costumes we got when we were kids that came in boxes?
Yes.
They were by
With the mask.
They were made by a guy called Ben Cooper. They put out a line of Ben Cooper figures. So all those.
Oh.
How cool is that? I bought 2 if anybody wants that one. It's Frankenstein.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that's great.
I just ordered the one I had when I had Planet of the Apes when I was a kid.
Would you like a drink when she makes one?
I've got spare cups.
Yeah.
Everyone's just getting a little bit.
Where do
But
you work? What place?
I work at a bunch of places. Wednesday days, you can find me at the diviest dive bar that ever dove, which is South Beach Saloon. Love that place. Farrell's in Ronkonkoma on Monday nights, and often on the weekends, you'll find me at Charlotte's Speakeasy in Farmingdale.
Okay. I live near Farrell's. Who has an open mic there? Comedian has an open mic.
I
We
was
used
just
to.
there about when Andrea was
Billy
visiting.
Geyer?
It used to be on
It's
Tuesdays.
Mike
That's not really
Tansey.
open mic. It's,
Mike Tansey
Mike
does
Tansey.
does Farrell's,
Yes.
but he was absent when I was there. Russ
Why is there a bottle of
Silberman
Aqua di
took his
Giorgio?
place.
Now you have to tell me, do you want the
So you
classic
tell me?
espresso martini
like
first, or do you want to
Oh.
experiment first?
Let's go with the classic first.
Classic first. All right. My classic espresso martini is a little different than most people's espresso martini. I love a well-balanced cocktail, and one of the things that I detest is when I go and I order an espresso martini and all it tastes like is vodka with a little bit of coffee underneath, and that just it leaves me cold. So the first thing that we're going to do is, if you want to make a really good espresso martini, you start with espresso vodka.
Yes.
By the way, I was just in
I'm trying to make a
Total
big
Wines
one.
with Michael.
Oh,
that
okay.
place is like unbelievable.
My personal suggestion is the 3 Olives espresso, really good.
so
you
all
need-
these things would be there.
Yeah, a good coffee liqueur. You can use Kahlua. You can use. There's a bunch of different ones that you can use. About equal parts of that and that. Now, this is fresh brewed espresso. Gotta use fresh brewed espresso. Now I do a little sweetener with the espresso with a little bit of monk fruit, but not all that much. Now usually I make my own simple syrup. That's I take the coffee with sugar and you make your
Right.
own simple syrup. I didn't have time to make an extra batch, so we're using the Ubert's coffee syrup, just a dash. Now here's the piece de resistance. Now if you're going to use this recipe,
I
it's
used
the
to use that to
mixtresses.
flavor my frosting on it.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right. Here's what makes the best espresso martini you're ever gonna have.
Amaretto.
Little amaretto. Not a lot. If you're doing it like 3 parts to 1 part, it's literally 3/4 of a shot, not even a whole shot. But for this, we're going to put in about a whole shot because we're doing a big one for everybody.
I like amaretto even by itself. With
Yes.
Yeah.
Me too.
I like sweet drinks.
I'm a
Me
Frangelico
too.
kind of person.
Frangelico, unfortunately for that one, for the espresso, it doesn't hold the same flavor profile with
Right.
the sharpness. Frangelico is a much more gentle nut flavor. I would say if you want something even sharper, go with a Nocello and add black walnut bitters.
You said Nocello.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Which is the black walnut.
I heard of it. I mean, this might sound crazy, but being, once again from a Sicilian background, espresso, we used to put the lemon peel twist in there.
Yeah. A lot of times what I'll do is do a bit of an orange twist.
Okay.
Because I find that orange and like a really dark espresso goes better than the tartness of the lime.
What about adding a little limoncello to it? No. Probably wouldn't do.
I wouldn't do limoncello. I don't think. I mean, that's just me personally. I don't think the flavor
Probably
profile
overpowering,
works.
Yeah.
right? I guess, I don't know.
So
Anyway, I want to say thank you to Ann Rothney.
Yeah,
She
she's
complimented
complimenting you.
my
I was
blue
gonna
shirt.
say.
Yes, that's right. Thank you.
And this necklace I gave you matches perfectly,
Yes,
and
it
I didn't
does.
plan that.
Yes, that's right. Thank you.
But thank you so much for making this for all of us.
oh, absolutely. I might have to make 2 though.
I'm glad I don't drive anymore when I come to the
Well,
show.
I drove
Yes,
here,
thank you for the ride
but
here.
you'll be safe on the ride back. So.
I don't know. My wife is picking me
No,
up,
do
so
you
I
want
don't know
one?
if I'll be safe. What?
Last time he didn't have any. I want to make
Tony,
sure.
you want?
Oh, I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, we're going to be going to the mic after this. There's a mic in the giggle room that starts at 8:00. So anybody who's watching this, come on over, and the comics can come in for free, and you just have to do a 2-item minimum.
All right, espresso martini. This particular
Thank
recipe
you.
did win me an award in Florida, and
great.
it is called the Manhattan Espresso.
Ooh.
Let's
Which
make a
one?
toast once everybody has
Thank
one.
you.
Who is good at toasts?
All right, to good sex.
Okay.
All right.
Salute.
Salud.
I wish, but okay.
God.
Speaking of that, 2 days
Wow.
ago was National Vagina Day,
Oh,
and I
And I
only know
didn't
that.
think you were serious when you
Yeah,
said that.
I only know that because I saw a friend post about it, and I'm like, "Damn, I
By
missed
the way,
National
yes.
Vagina Day."
Delicious.
Well,
It
Thank
tastes
you.
like
What
a
about
Manhattan
the men?
special.
Do the
I
men
love
have a
it.
national
Thank you.
whatever dick day or anything like that? Or?
Chef,
That is
what
a
do you
good
think?
question. I
Right?
love it.
What
But
do you
then
think?
again,
It's
most
every
men
day.
are dicks every day. So
I think that's every day. I don't think there's
I know we
a
missed
day for
steak
that.
and blowjob day.
That was a month after Valentine's
I have to
Day.
Yes.
put that on my calendar at home.
That is so good.
Thank you. This is one of my favorites to make. When I do serve it at any of the bars, I do rim the glass because everyone loves a good rim job
Whoa.
with powdered espresso and organic
Ooh.
sugar.
Very nice. Yeah, during Passover, this is not really traditional. My sister usually has the seders at her house, but her son got married, so she didn't have a seder, and I really wanted to try to do my own. And so we made our own traditions, and we at the wedding they had made this amazing spicy margarita. So they tried to recreate the recipe. So basically, before we even read the book, we were drinking spicy margaritas, and we were smashed by the time it was time to read the book, because you have to read a whole book before you eat dinner at a Passover Seder. But
Yes.
booze helps even the family occasions. It helps you get through a lot of different things.
Booze never hurts anyone.
It's good
Well-
for happy. And Anne says, "Cheers."
Oh,
That's
cheers.
right. Cheers,
Thank
Ann.
you.
Cheers,
That's for
Ann.
Ann in California.
All right, so for the pink lotus, which is what I'm naming it, if it works, because I love to. Whenever I start inventing drinks, I always start with a flavor profile, and then try to work out what works best for balance. So as I was thinking about what I was doing, I knew I was going to be using a lot of sweet stuff, and I wanted to cut that. So I did bring some of my homemade lime sour mix. The traditional White Lotus has coconut vodka. I was going with coconut rum instead. Personally, I like that idea.
That's a
little
coconut
bit better.
vodka?
Coconut rum.
I love
Ooh,
coconut
nice.
rum because it has a sweeter taste to it
I
and
agree.
softer.
I
So,
agree. So that's our base. Let's see.
And now she's creating.
All right. The next thing, since I wanted it to have an Asian flair, we're going with lychee. Not to mention, I want this to be a summer cocktail, and summers are almost always incorporate lychee somehow.
oh, that's lychee. Okay.
Lychee.
Lychee nuts. You ever
I'm
heard of
going
lychee
with
nuts?
equal parts as well.
Those are those round white things in your Chinese food.
Yeah, they're so no, they're the lychee nuts are these with the syrup. I'm gonna pop one out and put one in everyone's glass. Actually,
I don't know what a lychee.
I'll show you.
Is it a berry?
They are called they're lychee nuts. Actually,
Oh.
so
It's
a-
Asian.
they look like little eyeballs. And
Ooh.
it's so delicious.
Yep, that's a lychee
I've
nut.
never
See
seen
it?
one
See it?
before.
That's creepy.
You've never had one in your Chinese food.
I don't think so.
They use
No,
it
there's
in
a
Chinese
reason
food
for
sometimes, depending on what you get.
I'm gonna
Chow
use
mein, you know. So.
the lychee syrup in the drink itself.
Oh, that comes in a syrup, not
Yep.
like water. Okay.
And that's what I wanted it for. Now, I wanted to have a little bit of sharpness, and I thought about using amaretto, but I also didn't want to, I didn't want the tinge of the alcohol to really taint the lychee, so I'm going to throw a little bit of the ozara, which is an
Oh,
almond
okay,
syrup
yeah,
that
that's
you use in it.
cool.
If you're Sicilian and Italian, you know this.
Yeah, I know it.
So just a
It
little,
goes in espresso. It goes in anything.
a little dash. I want to cut some of the sweetness with some of the lime because we got to balance this out. You need something tart to help balance that. So just about a shot or two in there, since I'm making a big batch.
And it does seem springish.
Yes.
You know, it definitely has that vibe.
And now I'm going to add coconut milk. I know. I brought
And again, our show is called Recipe for Laughter. Food and drinks, always
yes.
like everyone was saying, you have these memories that, you know, certain
And candy,
and
right?
candy.
All that.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
one of the
I have a
beautiful
problem with
things.
candy. I'm not allowed near her.
It's the glitter, right?
That's right. She'll
Now-
kick my ass.
One of the things that I've always said about cocktails, particularly craft cocktails, but alcohol in general, I'm not a bartender and a mixologist to get people drunk. I'm there for you to
That's
have an
the great,
experience.
but that's the great side effect.
It is a fun side effect. But you know what? When you're with your friends, and especially as you get a little bit older, I know for myself, I want to have an experience. I don't want to just fall down. If I'm going to spend, $17 on a cocktail, I'm adding a little bit of coconut cream for the texture. Then I really want to have an experience. I want to sit back and say, "Holy crap, that's amazing." What's in it?
Irish women give you the thumbs up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't drink every day, but when I drink, I have to say, I drink to get drunk.
You think so?
Yeah.
This is going to be hard.
But if
Especially
it
in
tastes
Atlantic
good,
City.
if it tastes good, that's a plus.
This is a very full cocktail shaker, so hopefully it doesn't spit at me.
And
And that
says
must
the
keep
drink
your
sounds so
muscles
good.
Oh
really
yeah,
good.
when I get out of Charlotte's, like when I'm bartending at Charlotte's, this
You-
whole
you
right
probably have,
arm,
like-
because here's the problem: I have little hands. I'm only 5'2", so you see all of these bartenders with two shakers going like this, and I'm like, I need both hands for this. Okay, I can't do that. And then of course I get people making comments about how I'm not a real mixologist if my boobs don't shake when I do it. I'm like, they're in there too good. I'm sorry. I'm gonna shake it like it owes me money, and here you are. All right, let's see if we're putting this on the menu. I'll take a little pre-taste. Oh, damn. I think we're putting this on the menu.
Ooh.
All right, do you mind if
Cool.
we use these glasses?
All good.
All good?
Anne says your drink sounds so good.
Thank
Yeah.
you. You got to come down to one of the bars and sample.
Well, she can't because she lives in a different state.
She'd
Oh,
have
well.
to take the red eye here. She'd have to take the red eye here, so.
But then she'd
But
have
she
the red
could
eye
try.
after this.
You could rewatch it and try to recreate the recipe
Right.
on your own.
That's right.
Right.
You can do that.
Or tell a bartender the type of drink.
Say, call the mixtress. She'll know what it is.
Right. Call the mixtress.
All right, I'm going to send a couple of these down.
This is the Pink Lotus, right?
Tony, you want to
That's
try?
what we're calling
No,
it.
I'm
The
fine,
Pink Lotus.
Wow.
Oh.
Should we just start drinking it? Or
You could absolutely start drinking it.
Well, I love coconut, so this is good.
This one,
I
you
like
guys
it.
might have to share. There's not
That's
much
fine.
left.
That's plenty.
Definitely want to try it.
I feel like I should sip this out of a pineapple shell or something.
Right?
Yeah,
Now-
coconut.
It's very
coconut
refreshing.
Shell. That's it. Coconut shell.
It's
You
very,
like that?
very
Yeah, I have
refreshing.
definitely have enough for you too.
Thank you.
Yeah, coconut shell would be perfect
I could
with
see
an
that.
umbrella.
All right, so
It's like a
does it win
I
my
love it.
spring menu? Does
Yeah,
this,
I
is
like
this
it.
going to qualify?
Absolutely.
I think you could go right into summer too.
That's what I was going to say. This smells like a nice
that is
tropical
nice.
and tastes like a tropical drink you would have away on vacation somewhere.
Yes.
I love this.
This would be good in frozen too. Like
Yes.
ice.
Perfect use
It is a
of
very good use for rum. I think
Yeah.
I like it better with the rum. But for my chef, I don't know. Can you taste where the almond syrup kind of cuts into it a little
Yeah.
bit for a little extra astringency, which is really nice. It adds a sweetness, but it curves out the flavor. And when you're trying to balance a cocktail, that's what you want. Nothing too cloying, nothing too sour, that kind of thing. But yeah, my idea worked, and that makes me very happy.
I love
Blocking
it.
your face from the
Oh,
camera, so I'm just
sorry.
doing it. No, be sorry about it. We just want to see it.
Well, I cheers to you. This is
Yes.
amazing.
Cheers.
Yes,
Cheers.
that was good. I already
Cheers.
finished
Delicious.
mine.
Thank you.
Drink so fast. All right, so I'm going to balance out
Oh, with the cupcake.
with
Eat something.
with some food.
We're going to
And-
balance the sour with the sweet now.
Right, so everybody can go into their diabetic coma after. But anyway, I'm going to put it on a plate and pass it down,
Okay.
and I will show you. They are spring-like cupcakes. So I will start with
Sure.
Tony. You want? No,
No, I'm fine. Thank you very much.
I'm just at random.
Are these
putting
little
them
things
on
edible
plates.
on top? The
No, I think they're rings.
oh, okay.
don't eat
Yes, it's
Don't
a
eat the
ring.
plastic.
Yeah.
I used to buy these for my kindergarten kids. I was a
Oh,
kindergarten
this is
teacher.
fabulous.
This is the kind of thing that I would.
You're allowed to give them things like that? Like,
Yes,
really?
because they're not going to choke on that. It's too big. And if they do, they don't belong in the regular ed class. Oh, that's mean. Sorry. But anyway, keep passing.
Oh,
it
I'm
down.
already buzzed.
And this is our second show with your. Like, can you explain your, or you don't want to talk about
What? The sexy gentleman in
the
the
sexy
corner?
gentleman? Yes,
My biggest
he
fan?
He didn't say anything the last show, so I'd like to, know a little
I
bit
couldn't
about
do
him.
any of this without him, especially Penelope Propa, especially that. That was, ooh, it is a ring.
All right, who didn't get one?
No, we all have.
Okay,
Yeah,
then
he's
that
my-
explains exactly who
He's
you are.
my
Got it.
fondler. I mean, my handler.
I love that.
He puts me into the corset. He tightens it up. He takes it off because I can't do Penelope Propa without
I can't
him. I
even
need
put
a
on
dress
a
up.
necklace without help, let alone that costume.
Yeah, it is. It's a labor of love. And
Oh, I have napkins, guys. For
Yes, I've used half of them already to wipe out drinks and
just
stuff. I apologize.
pass some of these napkins down.
But actually, the even though the character of Penelope Propa existed for many years, it was Gerard who actually was my encouragement to bring her out into the public, and really start to flesh the character out, to use for creative purposes, and start the Mad Harlot Tea Society, which is how this all started. And this is a lot of this is his brainchild. And the support of my artistic endeavors, and I
That's
couldn't
great.
I couldn't do without him. Absolutely.
Well, cheers to you.
Yeah, good job.
And also, again, the two of them working, together, Key and Teresa. Teresa, you are one of the most amazing, supportive people that I've ever met. And I've, in my comedy journey, there's some people that I'm so blessed that I met along the way, and you guys are definitely on that list.
We feel the same about you. We love you, Bonnie.
I love you guys. And Teresa is
You
just
sure this isn't the alcohol talking?
That's what I was thinking.
yeah. So, hi Emily, do you want to come in? So Emily Santosis,
Oh, okay.
You want to say hi to everybody?
Yes, hello.
How are you?
Good, good.
This is our podcast recipe for laughter.
Okay.
So that's why we have
Pink
cocktails.
Lotus?
Would you like to try a cocktail?
Oh, no, I don't drink.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, though.
Okay.
I have a few brain cells left. No, surgery, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot
It's only
about
been
that.
4 years.
We've been drinking, so if
Right.
Please, it's all good.
I haven't seen you in that long, that's why.
Has it been?
Yeah, it's been long.
When you guys were in the old,
The old store.
old
Now
store.
we're in the
Yes.
newer one.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. So wow.
We've been in the new
They were
store
just-
for like 4
they were
years
just
almost.
closing, I think, at the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yep.
Center Reach, right?
Yeah.
Right?
That's where we are in Center Reach.
We're
now.
in, well, actually Lake Grove, but Center Reach is like across the street, so.
Okay, cool. How's business in your place? Good?
Great.
Amazing.
No complaints.
Thank you.
Cool. Good stuff.
Would anybody like some more Lotus?
So,
Sure.
Bend over so the
Thank
camera can
you.
see
You're
Just
welcome.
give us a wave.
bend
Come
over.
over here in front of me.
There you go.
Say hi.
Emily Santosis.
That's right.
Well, I'll let you guys do your thing. Enjoy
Thank
the
you.
cupcakes and your alcohol.
Sweets and sweets.
Yes.
Yeah. So, as I was saying, Teresa, and Key, one of the things I love about your relationship is you're always so supportive of each other. And as you were telling me, yeah, your significant other has always been there for you.
Always.
And it makes things more fun when you can share it with somebody who gets it.
Exactly.
It's
true because we support each other. Like when I started this business, I called him up on a whim, and I was like, I want to start a little jewelry business, and I was like, I have $500 because I won it from the lotto, and we just bought our house at the time. He was like, go for it. I was like, it's gonna be a little hobby. It's not gonna take time away.
Houses would never take any time away from me. That's all I do.
2 to 3 jobs each at that time, and now we just get to do this full time together. It's amazing. And so between this and his comedy, it's just a beautiful mixture together.
And you always come and support him.
Oh, I'm at every mic, every show. We're together all the time. We love it. He's my best friend.
I love
Because
that.
I do this and comedy, I heal at every show. Whether it's on stage or off stage, depends on the audience.
I wouldn't be doing the stand-up comedy without him. He drove me to my first open mic night,
Aw.
and with the funny. This is the funniest story. So he's like, "We're going to open mic. I'm taking you to open mic night." He's like, "You don't have to get up there. I want you to just watch." So in the 20 minutes it took us to go for, and I'd never done any stand-up before, and in the 20 minutes it took from us to go to home to the venue, I look up how to do a comedy set. Yeah.
Oh my
And
God.
I'm speed reading it in the car, and I'm like talking to myself the whole way. I'm like, and Gerard says,
awkward
"What?"
car drive,
He's
by the way.
he's just right. And I'm like this and this. It's literally like speed reading. And Gerard's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Just in case. Just in case." So we get there, and I'm like, "I'm not going up." You know Evan, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Sadly,
So-
you just moved.
Yes, I know, to Florida. I was really pissed. He didn't tell anybody. So it's Evan's open mic night, and Evan was so jazzed about me being there. I had never done one of his shows before, but he knew me online. I didn't put my name in. He didn't put my name in, but Evan put my name on the list. And all of a sudden, I hear, Senorita, you're up next. I'm like, looking at my phone, like I'm like, okay, and I got a huge reception, and I was like,
The slut story.
oh, I told the slut story. Yes, that was my opening story, was my slut story. I will save that in case you come to a show, because I often use it as my opener. But long story short, I went to Catholic school my whole life, and then in ninth grade, my parents dropped me into the largest high school in the United States at the time, which was Sachem. No uniform. So I had to dress the way people dress. And I had a girl come up to me, and she looked me up and down, the cool girl, right? And I was so innocent, Bonnie. And when I tell you, I was like,
Are you like the girl from Mean Girls that was
Yeah,
from Africa?
like, yeah,
and she
pretty
came
much,
and she
yes.
didn't know
I was Katie
the
Heron.
whole social, you know?
I was Katie Heron. I'm this little tiny thing. I was like all 5 foot tall, 110 pounds, with a little British accent. And this girl is like looking me up and down. She's like, "You look like a slut."
Okay.
And I said, "Thank you. Thank you so much." Because I had no idea what that meant.
Well, that's actually the perfect
I had
response.
no idea.
That was-
And she's looking at me like,
Because they
gross.
want to upset you.
Right.
So the fact that you weren't upset is the perfect
I was
answer.
I was like the most innocent little thing that ever walked, and I had to go home to the magic book, which is what my father called the dictionary, and look up slut. And then I was like, oh. And then I was like, well, you know what? I'm gonna own it. And so
She was probably jealous.
the rest of my high school career, my virginal self, everyone thought that I had like slept with like the entire football team at Stony Brook University, and I never corrected them. So it was an interesting existence.
Well, you know what? That happens to everybody. You know, no matter you just didn't know about it until it was you were like
no idea.
shoved in front of it. But every high school had that. You know, those cliques. That's why the Breakfast Club
Yep.
still holds today,
Oh,
even though it's
absolutely.
From, I don't know when they made it, but
83.
it's the same thing.
Like your story, I had the exact opposite happen. I went from public school to Catholic school.
Oh dear.
And what happened with me, on the day of orientation, we were 600 students. It was St. John the Baptist in West Islip. I'll never forget this. 600 students in an auditorium. And then the nun says, because we were dressed in the uniforms, we dress you this way, you act the way you're dressed. And my mouth from the middle of the auditorium, so if we dress mafia, we act mafia? I made 12 friends that day.
Well, anyway,
I could understand that.
I went to Catholic school for 12 years, 1 through 8, and then 4 through 12. And I went to a Catholic military school, so we wore uniforms.
What, LaSalle?
And they still called me slut, no matter what.
But I wanted to let everyone know that we have 3 minutes left, and if you want to plug something, you could tell people your social media site or your Instagram site. So why don't we start with Key? I don't know. You want to give
You
it?
could do it all.
Okay,
I'll do
Key
it.
will do it for both him and Teresa.
Okay, so we have our social sites are on Instagram or on Facebook. You can look us up under our business names, Keys Cutlery and Keys Love Jewelry. Two separate sites, so it's not end in the middle of it. And then we have our websites, keyscutlery.com and keyslovejewelry.com. But we are located inside Time Warp Relic Warehouse in Lake Grove. And if you Google it, you'll find it. If you look up my wife's business comes up right away as soon as you pull it up. but she named the business after me. So I'll leave it at that.
I love that. And how can they find you?
I am on all social media as The Mad Harlot, Harlot, or The Mixtress of Long Island, Mixtress. If you're interested in having me mixology night for you privately, just get me on any of that social media. And please come to the Chocolate Expo. It's going to be phenomenal.
When is that?
That is May the 4th, be with you, Sunday, May 4th. At Hofstra University,
Hofstra, right.
and all tickets can be purchased at www.thechocolateexpo.com.
How much are the tickets? If you don't
I
mind?
believe they're about $20. They're not bad.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
Every single vendor has samples. There's entertainment. It's going to be great. It's just a wonderful show. I'm very proud to be a part
And
of
where
it.
exactly at Hofstra? Which building is it?
It's at the auditorium. Well, not the auditorium. It's the David Mack Sports Complex. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's new. to
You just
me.
follow the signs once you get in, but buy the tickets online because they're often sold out at the door.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll let me in. I got kicked out of Hofstra back in.
No,
1980.
you'll be fine. Just tell them you know Penelope proper.
I
Okay.
don't think they'll hold that against you.
You never know.
And our next show is going to be Recipe for Laughter. It's going to be May 1st at 6:30.
That's
I
right.
don't even know what day of the week that is.
Thursday.
Oh, okay.
It's always
Thursday.
This is the
Thursday.
fastest hour
Right, our
ever.
poster
Right.
says the first Thursday of every month, so I should know that.
Right.
But I want to thank each and every one of you for coming, and especially you brought like a whole bar with you.
Absolutely.
Wow,
You
yeah.
brought all your items with you, and we both couldn't thank you enough.
Yeah.
I'm so honored to be here. It's wonderful.
And everybody, please share the show. Share it on your Facebook pages. Share it in groups. I was trying to share it in groups, and then I belong to a whole bunch of groups that I realized I can't share the show into those groups. So I only shared it into one or two groups. But we had a
Are you
blast.
going to be anywhere, appearing anywhere, or anything? Like
I know I'm in Terry McNeely's show. I know April's almost over. It's May something, but I figured I'd tell them on the 1st. That one. I do 1 month at a time. I separate things. Whatever I'm doing. I know people like to put everything they're doing all at once on their page, but I just one at a time. Get through one and then I do the other. But thank you, everybody. It is 7:30. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you so much for
and-
having
you.
us.
and,
Thank you.
Thanks for
having us.
coming, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
We love you guys.
And thank you if you are watching.
That's right.
Good night.
Come see me at the bar. Let's
Later.
At
drink.
the bar.
Don't forget to buy your mother a taser for Mother's Day.
That's right.
Right.
Please see Key.